me,
your strategy is.
I'm not gonna do it tonight. I'll
Right.
pull her aside and I'll just do whatever.
I gotta tell today, Day. I think. Well, I'm gonna try to talk to Zakia.
Well, it's good that you said don't try and friend zone me, because one thing I said to her is I was like hang out with everyone. I was like, do not attach yourself to me or Corey just because Frank said you trust us.
I said ask everybody.
I was like, because the last thing we need is another situation of both of us on the block together.
Exactly. I literally said that to her. I was like, you know,
I feel like we're just on the same page.
Play a role. I was like, if after she leaves, you're all chummy with me, people are like, oh, something's up there. We're both block buddies again. I said the same thing.
Yeah.
It's funny. So I was like, don't, play a role. Be a sitting duck. If that's your role, act it. Might be in your best interest. And she's like, you're right. I like that you think on logic and not on emotion. I was like, yeah, fuck emotions.
Yeah. Fuck emotions.
So she said she would put up. Okay, like even if Bridget puts up someone like Nicole, well, she said she's for sure putting up Nicole, and then she doesn't know about Michelle and Zakia. How do we want to clip this first? Because
how do we want to clip what?
Look, I love Nicole. I think Nicole's a sweetheart, but strategically, she is the strongest girl aside from Bridget in the game right now.
And possibly Michelle, shortly after that.
Shortly after.
You know, the main thing is, James wouldn't take the shot. The only person that would take the shot would be Vic or Bridget.
Yeah, Vic and Bridget are the only ones who are saying they would take a shot at Nicole. So that's what I'm saying. Do we take advantage of that while we have it?
Here's the thing. If she goes up now, there's no votes to get her. You know what I mean? The only people that would 100% go to vote her out potentially would be like me, you, Vic, Bridget. It's 4.
But assuming Vic or Bridget are not the ones putting her up.
Exactly.
So that's 3.
3. The only other person potentially to convince would be James being like, hey, you know, like, let's revisit that conversation about, like, Frank and about, you know, stuff that's been going on.
He thinks she's sketchy, though.
Like,
he admits that he thinks Nicole is sketchy.
He admits it? Well, then right there would be James and Nat. Right there. Unless Nat's on the block. But then right there would be James. But the only way that we'd be able to secure that would be down to 7 people. You know,
next week is 7 people. HOH and 2 nons.
No, 7 people voting.
Yeah, that's next week.
Okay, that's next week.
It's almost like a moment of opportunity.
It's an opportunity
because it's like, I love Nicole. I'd rather her stay, but like Nicole's fucking strong.
Same.
Then who's left? Zakia, Meech, Nat. You clip those any day of the week with your eyes closed.
Yeah, 100%. And even, you know, having the guys that are around, it's like. It's like, you know, if at any point one of us 4 wanted to take a shot at exec, we could, you know, like, because, like, basically, like...
But it can't be one of us.
No.
It has to be one. It has to be Corey or James.
Corey and James would happily take the shot.
Exactly.
Happily.
And we could play off the fact, like, honestly, I want to leave that to you boys. You boys deserve that spotlight. Like, to do that.
Yeah. You know, because at the end of the day, I mean, it really doesn't matter. You can only pick one.
See, this is where you and I need to think more clearly, because if we leave it down to all boys, this is where you and I might not make it to Final 2. Realistically, it'll be very difficult.
Who do you think?
A few boys have to get clipped before that, in my opinion. I'm thinking on a PP aspect. In a strategic way, if we want to make it to the top 5, yes. But if we wanted to make it to the top 2, we need to keep people who are going to go after each other in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
So,
well, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, exec's got to go at some point. And then, what do you think? Or do you think exec to go after one of the other 2?
I don't think any of that should happen until the boys are in an advanced number.
Right, I agree.
So right now we're 5 guys, right?
I don't think that should happen until it's
5-3.
5-3. I was gonna say 5-3. Bridget's no longer here.
Right.
Because Bridget trusts me and Corey. So then that can be an option if she wins to then take a shot this way. Corey would never touch us, 100%.
I don't want to be the one to touch the guys because
Yeah,
I don't want to
be
do
the,
that.
I don't want to be the one to touch the guys. Either.
But we know Victor would do
We
that.
know Victor would
and but
100%
we don't
do
know
that.
what the girls will do. Girls are gonna start looking at who can I beat in a competition. So that's where you
And
and I
look
really
pretty
need
damn
to.
good.
You look pretty damn good. Vic looks pretty damn good. Corey does not look good. James,
Well,
and
James,
I'm a
trust,
hot number 2.
Trust me, James is going to turn it up once it gets to a certain number. He's masking.
I think so
Like
too.
last season, I don't know if you watched. Like the dude can win. You know, it's just he's playing smart. Like in that sense, you know, it's he's playing like how Derek played, very low key, won a couple HOHs when people wanted someone out. Like he was the HOH when Devin went. You know, I think he accidentally won an HOH. I'm trying to remember when it was and who it was he sent home. He accidentally won an HOH somewhere in the middle, but then when
5 down to 4.
5 down to 4.
Because think about it. Let's say it's 5, right? Me, you, Vic,
Mm-hmm.
and let's just say 2 girls.
Mm-hmm.
We put the 2 girls up.
Pull one down, or even 3 girls, depending who they are.
Pull one down.
You know.
Put Vic up. Vote him out.
Yeah, and depending who the 3 girls are, you know what I mean. Like if
Because then,
if Sakia, Natalie,
I don't know if I want to keep Zakia till the end.
yeah,
Because she's already starting to fucking do shit. Not only...
yeah,
She also plays that bullshit card.
We don't need to. If the girls want to do it, go ahead.
Look at the Victoria
By all
situation.
means. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But I don't know if I'd want to keep her around that long because, you know.
But she sucks at everything.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%.
So...
But the thing is, as long as James is here, she's a vote for whatever he wants to do.
If he gets clipped before she does...
Then that's a different situation.
I would never put James up, ever.
I would never
ever.
put James up either.
But...
I would never put any of us 4 up.
I agree.
At all.
Except if you needed a pawn, I would do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Well, like, obviously, no, I even wouldn't put you up if I needed a pawn. I'd put somebody else up. I wouldn't give a fuck. At that point, I wouldn't risk it.
Well, depending on the numbers.
Well, at that point, I
obviously.
wouldn't risk it because once it gets down to 6 or 7 people, everybody competes in the power veto. So I wouldn't risk it. I'd be like, all right, 2 people up. When you take yourself down, so be it. You know what I mean?
All right,
That's what
so
I'm saying. Like,
if we keep... All right. An ideal last 5 for us is definitely Vic in there, or last 6. Me, you, Vic. Personally, if we use Vic to our advantage. If we don't, another boy. And 2 or 3 girls.
see, for me, a good final 5 would be me, you, Corey,
Okay.
or me, you, James, or even me, you, James, Corey, 5th girl, that, like, is nothing.
That's tough because
Yeah, it would be tough. I mean,
HOH,
3
we're
and 2
going to have
would
to
be
put up
fun,
one of the boys.
But, you know, honestly, like, if we wrote it out with,
The reason why I'm saying Vic is because he will always be a bigger target than you and I will.
True.
Always. There is no...
True,
There's
unless he doesn't win shit.
But he will win
but
shit.
here's the
That's why
thing,
we
like-
need to keep feeding his ego.
But he's like starting to kind of grow on like Nicole
No,
who's-
no, he's not.
a little bit. She's like saying, and like Michelle even asked, like, is he growing on you guys type thing? Because like, you know, Nicole's trying to send me over to showmans. I don't know. It could be like nothing.
Bro, it's strategy. 100% strategy. Look, here's what it comes down to. Victor will always be a bigger target than you and I. Unless Nicole is smart. She would never take your eye to a final 2 because she knows she would lose. But she would take Victor to a final 2. She
Nicole,
thinks she knows she could beat him.
would. Yeah, she would.
You and I are playing on friendship. These people are going to play on strategy.
Yeah, we're playing on.
I don't give a fuck if I lose to you.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Me neither. I don't
Because
really
at the end of the day, what America will see is that 2 people worked together
And chilled.
throughout an entire season and fucking murked.
Murked.
And I'd rather have that than walk away with 500 G's and look look you in the eyes like,